I'm Christian Abbott.
I'm Nathan Lavender.
I'm Sean Abbott, and this is the Red Mist Podcast.
Hello, welcome to the Red Mist Podcast, Season 4, Episode 7. The 1993, Number 7, Hooters Ford Thunderbird of Alan Kulwicki. Your 1992 NASCAR champion.
There you go.
There you go.
That's why you wanted Nate here.
Yeah, that's why I wanted Nate here.
Yeah.
Well, he would appreciate it. Anyways. All right, moving on. On tonight's episode, we'll discuss NASCAR in Sin City, IMSA. I like to call it the track too tough to tame, but folks in NASCAR will take exception to that. At the 12 hours of Sebring. And then we will discuss the Formula One season opener in Melbourne. G'day, mate.
Mm.
No wallabies were harmed. Haha. Let's start with NASCAR, Christian. In an uneventful race.
Was it really uneventful?
Well, except for the winner was the shock.
Mm-hmm.
Christopher Bell's 3-race streak came to an end. Feel so bad for him. However, qualifying for the chase and this team's second appearance in the chase in 2 years, same number of time. Josh Berry in the Wood Brothers, number 21 Ford.
All right.
Very good. Well done by Josh. Was followed home by Daniel Suarez, Ryan Peace, William Byron, Ross Chastain. So Trackhouse had a 2-5 finish going with two of their three cars. Then we had Austin Cindric, who was competitive all day. Alex Bowman, the Dinger, followed by Young Money, who was very busy all week because he was also doing doing high limits racing a week. Chase Elliott in 10th. Oh, and Bad Brad just missed out.
Bad Brad just... Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not a good weekend for SVG. He unfortunately spun and broke something, so the car did not go further.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, the race was very just uneventful. From my perspective, there were a lot of I shouldn't say a lot, but there were a significant amount of tire issues where, guys lost like right rears, which was a little weird. And that the biggest one being penalized by that was definitely Kyle Busch, because he had a strong car going, and then just it didn't turn out well. Danny had an issue. So, like I said, just an uneventful race. It was a solid race. Unfortunately, we had the stages, which kind of interrupted it. But overall, fun race. Congratulations to Josh Berry and the Wood Brothers.
Yeah, good stuff.
All right. Next week, we move on to Homestead, Miami.
Yes.
Where I think the finale should be. But
yes, so does everyone else.
So does everyone else. All right. Still, I think still too early to recap the points at this point. I think we'll we'll get a few more races in. We'll wait till after. We'll get to the Goodyear. What's the Goodyear for? Is that Darlington? Oh, let's wait till we get to Bristol, mid-April, and we'll start looking at the points. Because the winning in thing just is, just kind of wrecks it. So
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Let's move on to. Shall we discuss IMSA?
Yeah. I unfortunately didn't get to watch a whole lot of it. Running around last weekend, but I mean, from watching some of the recap video that NBC puts out, it looked like it was just BMW, Acura, and Porsche the entire race, more or less. Like those seemed really well balanced, and they were able to all go at it pretty evenly, which is great. And then in GTD Pro, BMW and Paul Miller was just up at the front for pretty much all of it. Rexy and the Porsche was going well too, and the Corvettes, they fall off towards the end.
Yes, they had issues.
Okay.
However, on this show last week, the Rexy came through with the win in GTD Pro, as called by me. However, in GTD, Wright Motorsports finished fifth, so I didn't get the Porsche sweep.
Yeah.
But Winwood Racing, who you know what, in the back of my mind, I was going to pick these guys. They came through with the win. I was like, damn it!
Yeah, no, that's a good run for them.
Yeah, it was. Lexus finished second in GTD with Maldacavo, Parker Thompson, and Jack Hawksworth. Did not have the same result in GTD Pro. The Mustangs, they finished, but they were out to lunch. It just proves the Mustangs just not super good on a super bumpy track like that. They did. Let's put it this way: they drove to survive, and they survived.
Yeah,
finished fifth and sixth, so good for them. Corvette kind of sank back after a strong run up front with two cars, and finished seventh, and then the other one finished ninth in class. So overall, tough weekend for factory Corvette team, and for the Corvette team for both DXDT and AWA in GTD. It's just not a good weekend there. So tough one. Another tough weekend in GTP Pro for the Lamborghini squad. Ran 256 laps, and then dropped out. The other, like I said, the two BMWs really, I think, set the pace early, but the Magnussen car ran into trouble, and then just kind of rebounded back from that. So finished 12th in class. So that was too bad there. In GTD Pro, we had a minor mishap on a pit exchange. I don't know if you saw this, Christian. James Hinchcliffe, in exiting the car and doing a driver change, had the car dropped on his foot.
Yeah, not fun.
Not fun. That was quite a surprise.
Yeah.
But Rexy prevailed in GTD Pro, so good on those guys. LMP2. What happened? My guys did not have it. Hold on, scroll them down. My guys. I thought that the Era Motorsports guys were going to rebound. They lasted a total of 37 laps. I'm like the biggest curse. Oh, Jesus. I don't know what I got to do there. But congrats went to Inter Europol. Do we get our? Where's our Polish guy down there?
Matt.
Yeah. So they took the class win. Ahead of, Christian, I think this was the team you picked, Tower Motorsports.
Did
with
I?
with Seabass. I can't remember. Did you
I
write down?
no, I didn't write any of these. That's kind of where I was like, I don't even remember doing this. Some of my notes were kind of half finished last week too, unfortunately.
Oh, I gotcha.
I got the F1
Well,
posted, and that's about it.
the Tower Motorsports finished second, and TDS Racing, who was our pole sitter, finished third. So congrats to those guys. The Riley team finished fourth. And then our Daytona winners came in fifth. So
Yeah.
And that as we move to the top, Nick Tandy continues on his dominant streak of cleaning up in the world's endurance classics, adding Sebring to the list. So good on him. So could he? So now he's got Daytona, Sebring, right? So that leaves, now I don't know if he's running at Spa this year for the 24. But let's just say he runs there, wins there. He could go for the Grand Slam in 1 year by taking Le Mans.
Yeah, that would be super impressive if that could happen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, on top of just skill, like it also takes an extreme amount of luck too with these races, and
right.
If you can be fortunate enough to have it all come together, and especially within such a short time frame as well, because I mean, there's definitely guys that have been waiting years and years and years, and sometimes never get it.
Yep.
No matter how good that they are, and through every other race, but yeah, no, it's definitely.
No, you're right.
Definitely a high. How do I want to put this? It's a very highly regarded resume that he's putting together.
He's getting rarefied air,
and it's
definitely.
Yeah,
I mean, he's not going to have he's not going to have the Tom Christensen, Jackie Ickx, Derek Bell, type number of Le Mans wins,
right?
Overall, but I mean, still, but his resume in endurance races is damn impressive.
Yeah, I mean, he's covering the endurance races that he has. I mean, it's about as dominant of a sports car driver you've seen.
There is one missing major from his resume.
Which one is that?
That is the 24 hours VW Fun Cup at 25-hour VW Fun Cup at Spa.
I thought you were going to say the 25 hours of Thunderhill.
Thunderhill. Oh, that is missing too. You could add that to it.
Yeah.
I have to say this. I have to say that the guys at Proton and JDC Miller, now they're privateer teams. The Proton guys finished sixth on the same lap as our winners. And then the JDC guys finished one lap behind on the tail of the number 10 Cadillac from Wayne Taylor Racing. So, again, I got to applaud those guys. Also need to applaud Aston Martin and the Valkyrie, which finished 2 laps down. Okay? 2 laps down at Sebring. In theory, at Daytona, which is far less stressing a track, there's a high probability they could have finished on the lead lap if they were at Daytona.
Yeah.
Assuming they finished. Based on the pace that they were showing. To only be down 2 laps in the car's debut is pretty impressive.
Yeah, no, definitely. it was great to see him out there, and I mean, it just kind of gets back to our point of like I really wish they just came and ran Daytona, and
Yeah, Daytona, I know.
regardless of um their outing, and what if it would have even been something like this at Sebring, where if you're just off the pace, like you're off the pace, but if you get all the running
Right.
in, then it's fine. Because I mean, Daytona was a um high attrition rate race. So,
Hmm.
I mean, they probably, if they didn't have any issues and it went pretty smooth, like they were going to have a really good finish, regardless um, of how it all
I
went.
mean,
But,
so just kind of in the top 10 was all GTP cars.
mhm.
Um, just trying to scroll through here to okay. Then um, the next one that was there was the 40 car of Wayne Taylor Racing. Um, they finished and sorry, um, 1 second. Um, 18th overall and 11th in class. And then the Lambo went out. So out of the 12 cars, the Valkyrie finished eighth. You know, I I'm sorry, finished ninth. Again, that has to be a success, especially at Sebring.
Right. And you even said that they're going to go testing,
Yes, so
they're
it
going to do a
wasn't
big
just them, but
endurance testing afterwards.
several teams were stayed over
Hmm.
at Sebring this week, and the Acuras are there, the Aston's there, and I think a few other teams stayed. So,
Yeah.
um, again, I think again proving that any time you can spend at the big track at Sebring can help you down the road. So that was impressive. Again, BMW just a tad snake bit here, but again showed pace. So I felt comfortable with my pick. Uh, Shank with the Acura is just they're on fire right now. So um, I think in the shorter races, I think they're probably going to be the team to beat. That's just my opinion. I think it's going to be them and BMW.
Hmm.
I think the Porsche just has longer. I think the Porsche is, um, better over the long haul. But I think in the short sprint races, I think I don't think it's as good because I just don't think the car is as quick in qualifying. You know,
Right.
so all right, it's exciting.
Did you get any of the support races? Like I said, I didn't get to watch
Um,
much, so my
I
homework for this
didn't.
week is to try and
I
catch up on
just
that.
I caught the Lambo race on Thursday. I caught the two Mustang Challenge races, and as I told you, those races were great. It was fun. I mean, and the thing I like about that class, like I like about the Super the Lambo class and the Porsche, they have different classes within the race for different drivers. So there's different battles going on, and they're actually when they dig down to it and go to those battles, it's quite impressive. You know, where you got like the over 50, the over 40 guys or the over 50 guys, whatever they call them. Then you have the, kind of amateur, but not the pro guys and things like that. So overall, I thought those are good. The Mustang races and that's probably the next step up from Mazda, MX-5, um, to go to the Mustang and run there. So, I mean, there was some guys that were definitely learning, but overall, I thought it was a good race. Riley Dickinson came back after a year off in the Porsche Cup races and swept at the in the gold class. So good on him, or whatever they call it. I don't know, super cut gold, whatever the high class. So he basically started on pole both races and within 2 laps had a 4 second lead. So it was pretty cool. I did not see um, the second Porsche Cup race. I I saw I didn't catch the whole race. I just saw the end with Dixon win, but I guess midway through the race, it was I guess kind of a little bit of carnage with 3 or 4 cars involved. So that kind of stacked the field a little bit, but then Dixon drove away, because it gave him the opportunity to cool the tires. So that was there. And like I said, I didn't catch the Pilot Challenge race.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, plenty of stuff.
There was a lot. There was a lot going on, and then you're trying to fit it into if you had plans over the weekend and stuff. There was stuff.
Right. Yeah. That was that was just the thing.
I think this is like the first year we really didn't sit down and be able to watch the 12.
Well,
and
last year probably.
We were skiing, right?
No, we were partying.
We were at the wedding.
Yeah.
We were watching it at the wedding. So. She was able to catch the recap. This year I wasn't able to catch the recap. I caught whatever I missed, I ended up catching via the highlight show. So
yeah,
which I appreciate IMSA putting out so quickly. I also have to just say, moving some of their races to the IMSA channel on YouTube, fantastic. You get in some instances you get pretty much you get the IMSA broadcast team, which is great. And then for the Super Trofeo race, you get Brian Till, and who did he have with him this year? Who did he have with him? Because I know in the Ford race they had Hindhoff and Joey Hand sat in. Joey Hand was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Forget. Oh, Ryan Marine sat in with Brian Till on that. So that was good. So it was, like I said, it was a lot of racing over the weekend with that series. So good stuff there. All right, let's all right. Next up, Long Beach.
Yes, that's gonna be April what?
April 12th.
All right.
5 to 7 p.m. Eastern. So that's a 2 to 4 on the West Coast. That's a busy weekend of racing at Long Beach with the IndyCars and etc. So that should be quite fun.
Yeah, the IMSA race will be on Saturday, and then the IndyCar race on Sunday.
On Sunday, yep. And then there's a whole bunch of other stuff going on in between. So I think isn't SRO there too?
Probably, and then
super trucks. I mean the jumpy trucks.
Yeah, probably the jumpy trucks as well.
Jumpy trucks. Is there? And there's no. Oh, and I think there's a Super Cup race that weekend.
Hold on, we're checking it out.
I'm checking. Going to the Super Cup website.
Thursday, nothing's going on. Friday there is GT America, so SRO. IMSA,
no.
They have historic Formula exhibition on
nice.
Friday morning.
Yeah. Is there SRO?
I'm sorry. Yes, SRO. It's called GT America.
Right.
Stadium Super Trucks are there.
Mm-hmm.
IndyCar. And then late at night.
The drift.
Is Super Drift.
The drift. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so it's
that's a packed weekend there. Porsche goes to Miami next, May 2nd and 4th.
Yes, with the F1 weekend.
Oh, is that one? Oh, that's the F1. You know what the track's called?
The Miami one?
Yeah.
It's like Miami International Autodrome or something like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Looking at this going, oh, they're not at Homestead? And then I'm like, what the hell is it? And then
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
oh, yeah, that's right. So they run, their next two races are both Formula One race weekends. Miami and then Circuit Gilles Villeneuve.
Jeez.
And then they come back and finish up at Circuit of the Americas at the end of the season, Formula One.
Y-
Um, and that's after, that's crazy because that's right after Road Atlanta.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a pretty damn impressive schedule because then they got Watkins Glen. Oh my God, they go to some good tracks. Road America, Indianapolis, and Road Atlanta. Good stuff there.
Schedule definitely doesn't stink.
No,
Although I'm perusing my calendar and I'm noticing F1 and Le Mans is on the same weekend, so that's a little disappointing. But
no, whatever.
wait, and there's an IndyCar race that weekend
Where?
on Le Mans weekend.
Oh, is there? Yeah, there is because some of the guys can't go. That's why
Oh
Newgarden can't go.
God, that is disappointing.
Does IMSA just have everything under the banner like Ford? Next round for the Lamborghinis. Then they go to Watkins Glen, Road America, Indianapolis, and then the finals are at Mazzano. That's a 6 race series.
Yep.
Wow, that's pretty. You could run that series, Porsche and Mustang. You know, if you it's for probably the cost that it could run you a Michelin Pilot thing. I would enjoy going to the World Finals.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So closes out our IMSA recap. Let's move on to Formula Uno. Formula One
Formula Un.
from Melbourne.
Yes.
Um,
Everything was upside
yeah,
down, even my TV screen.
was it?
Yeah.
The weather was upside down on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, the rain was going up.
yes, it
Yeah.
was raining. Um, I don't. I mean, I think the only surprise of the weekend was Piastri putting the car off. You
Uh,
know,
I
when he was following um, Lando.
yeah. I thought that was probably the funniest moment of the race.
Do you think that was just like he's following, and then he realized he went off and he was off too?
Probably, and also the fact that Oscar had definitely seemed to have the pace over Lando, and I think he was just thinking, I'm gonna make it stick
Yeah,
no matter what because
yeah,
yeah, he can. Um, it was definitely clear that McLaren is the team. Um,
yeah.
and yeah, Max and Red Bull can stick there. Didn't I didn't catch all of qualifying, so I didn't see the reason why Lawson didn't put it up there, other than he just like didn't put the lap together,
He
basically.
so he had a problem on the first lap. He put the car off wide, and then the second run, he was pushing hard and overshot the corner.
Okay, and then
And basically, that's what killed him.
right, but then that was also after uh, practice 2 and 3, or
Yeah,
more
where
so
he
3, where
was
he had to
not.
sit
Yeah,
out. So
yeah.
yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, like bad optics and forums, so it's not the way you
Yep.
want to start, but
No.
uh, just see how it goes. Surprise out of qualifying, Yuki, great
Yeah.
job. Um, and I think that I think I said this in some of our preview predictions for the season that
Yeah.
Williams is here to play.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they had it was the incident with Sainz was a mechanical issue.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking it was.
So, and the same for Jack Doohan. It was a car issue.
Yeah,
So apparently, the way these things work in the rain, it's a little more quirky than when they're in the dry, and this they I think these teams thought they dialed back the how the torque gets laid into the car, and it didn't. It needed to be more.
mm-hmm.
Um, Hadjar, I mean, I feel bad, but that was completely driver error. You know,
I'll be honest. I also didn't stay up for the race, and when I don't do that and go to the replay, I literally just go right to the start. So I didn't even realize
sorry, yeah. I mean, he
he
literally
missed.
he came around the corner, put the tire red on the paint, and went to step on the gas, and then went right around, snapped around.
Yeah, I mean there was plenty of that throughout the weekend, so it's a fine line, but you know it
Great, yeah. Nate
it
Nate
happens.
gave us a
Yeah,
Nate just gave his opinion on thermal.
Yep. Um,
But I mean, again, I'm not surprised by the result, but
of
you cannot
the race.
of the
Yeah.
race in terms of who won and that.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't have a feel for where Mercedes is. I just think their car was better in the rain than most.
I
I don't in the
I
dry.
I think Mercedes played it safe on the strategy and
Yeah,
didn't take any chance, and
yeah,
it just paid off because they let others make mistakes. That's
right.
that's all it was
Yeah,
there.
yep.
And
No, I agree there.
and by that, taking that route, very very well done, and that puts them second but tied for first in the constructors championship. So
Right.
if McLaren says that they're not going to be the strongest car at every race, then this is a really good team
Yep.
result for Mercedes.
Yep.
So that was
From
good
a
on them.
from a team result, couldn't have been any more disastrous for Red Bull. Can't be having this. I'm going to be honest with you. I I don't think if Lawson doesn't get it together within 5 races, they're swapping him and Yuki.
I, yeah, but I mean, then this gets back into this whole. I'm gonna probably say that most of this direction is helmet driven because he's the one that's just very vocal about it all.
Yeah, no, but this is just my opinion. That's just my opinion. I don't. My feeling is I'm not liking what I'm hearing out of Alpine with doing and what's it Flab the Blab down there.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of that. Because I'll be honest with you, Colapinto, yeah, he started off fine, and then kind of just he turned into Logan Sargent wrecking cars,
Right.
Towards the end of the season, and I mean wrecking them in big ways.
Yeah, and but the other thing too is with saying this looks bad for Red Bull and Liam. Like, I mean, if just looking at the results, just at face value, Hadjar, Lawson, Doohan, and Bortoletto. That's 4 of your 6 rookies retired, and then Behrman
Yeah,
finished the last car running. Granted, Haas was nowhere near to be seen that weekend,
yeah,
but again, not great there. Antonelli was the only one that shined out of all of it because he did nothing and just was in the right place at the right time
yeah,
and
yeah, pretty much.
got up there. Played it.
Yep.
He definitely didn't have a good qualifying and made up for it
No,
in the race with this result.
but I think
But
you're right. I
yeah,
agree.
it's like it's Australia. It's a
Yeah.
hectic race. Like the stat that I saw was that the past 3 years there was always like three guarantee, or I'm sorry, there was 17 finishers of
Yeah.
each of the last 3 or 4 years. So this year I wasn't surprised, with when you put in six rookies, rain, and your first real go at the car. Like
Yeah.
this race has always had some of the most stellar incidents because it's just the
Yeah.
first time out with the car at full blast, and then um, and oh, where was I going with this? And oh no, and then historically, it's just a oh my gosh, can't think of the word. It's a race of attrition more often than not. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
whenever there's races where there's one, maybe two DNFs from the race, like that's a really good race for
Uh-huh.
Australia. Just because it's a hard track, and it punishes you. Uh, so I think this is kind of one of those races where everybody gets one, and I mean honestly, the biggest shock out of this whole race for me was the crash from Fernando.
Yeah.
I was really not expecting that at all.
Yeah.
And if
No,
anything, I
I
was
agree.
expecting it to be the other Aston. So,
Yeah.
uh, but I mean, to to that point, I mean, congrats to Lance on a sixth place finish. Like, very good points for him for a first race. So I don't know how many more moments he'll have like that throughout the season, but I
Yeah.
mean, hey, I mean, you got to take it when you can. And I mean, just to keep going through the results, Albon, great finish in fifth. Hulkenberg,
Yeah.
great finish in the seventh. I mean, the fact that Hulkenberg has solo outscored Ferrari
Yeah.
in a Sauber.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, you got them points,
right,
you know?
right. I mean,
Um,
every no, no, I'll take that back. Not every team scored. Alpine didn't score. Racing Bulls didn't score, and Haas did not score. So I
right.
mean, 7 out of 10 teams right now have points, and
Yeah.
Pierre was in the top 10. Yuki was in the top 10. Haas, uh, I gotta say, I really was not expecting them to be this far back. But um, I guess brand new driver lineup, like, should it have been more obvious? Who knows?
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, I think there's a lot, uh,
It's like,
I
it,
think again, it's a tough race to, um, kind of get kind of get a feel for where we all are
yeah,
because had the race been dry, I think it would have just been more processional type thing because
yeah,
it's a very difficult track to pass on. So
hmm
unless guys are making mistakes, I mean, it's super fast, but and it's not the fault of the track. At qualifying, it's an awesome track. It's just it's racing wise, it's average, you know.
well,
Um,
and it gets back to the
cars being too big.
point. Yeah, the cars are massive. I mean,
Yeah,
like I
yeah,
look, I know like you can fast forward this and just go to Monaco, but I mean like really like I watched what was it, the 2002 or 2003 Monaco Grand Prix the other
yeah.
last month, and I, I mean, look, first off, it was great just listening to the cars go around the track,
Right,
like
right.
that was
No, I
awesome,
agree.
and then also
I
for
agree.
like the first 10-20 laps, uh, what was it? Montoya got a good start, but the car was not the fastest on race pace, so you had like
Yeah,
the top 4 or 5 like on top of one another the whole time,
right,
and
right.
obviously back then and then also to the second point of this, the cars were much narrower and shorter too. So I mean, like you could actually make a pass if you wanted to,
Yeah,
which
Yeah.
there were moves like that because when there were pit stop cycles and guys going past some back markers and whatnot, like
Right.
yeah, it was back markers, but I mean you could make a move and not flinch
Yeah.
or really hesitate about even doing any of that crap, and you didn't have to tell the back marker like get out of the way or anything like no, you could just make the move. Um,
Right.
so yeah, for as close as the competition is right now in F1 to some extent, it's the cars just need to go down in
Yeah.
size, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, I don't think that'll happen until either they take out the hybrid unit or they move away from this. Oh, it's got to have elements of road going cars in the F1 car kind of philosophy
Gotcha.
with because they made that mistake with the tires. They did. I don't think they needed to increase the tire size just to make it look like you have wheels that are on
Yeah.
your car.
Yeah.
And then yeah, does Aero need to slim down now? I guess, but they can. That's something that's always been hotly contested over these past few years. I think they'll be able to find a good balance, and I mean even with this latest rules change, they've opted to go more of the ground effects direction. So
Yeah.
like clearly they're not closing the door on that. So I think they can still do some good work of trying to steer away from airflow over the car and utilize that under tray. But
Right.
it all in all the wheelbase and track width need to come down, and the weight of the car needs to come down too. These cars are sluggish compared to to some of the old
Yeah.
cars. Like I really miss seeing the quick change of direction. I mean, these ones can change direction, but it's because they're massive. Like it, and
Yeah.
they can handle the
Yep.
weight, but it's not what it looks like.
Where
What it used
we
to look
used
like.
to, right?
Yeah.
Right. So anyway, we'll go to China next. With
Yes.
Lando lead points. I man, I can't. I gotta because it's last year was the first time back in a while, so I gotta really kind of get a feel for this track again. Um, but that'll be this weekend, so kind of that's nice. We have back to back, so get the Formula One thing rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we also have IndyCar this weekend at Thermal. I got nothing to say about this race. I mean, last year it was just an exhibition race. This year now it's an actual race, and you know you can't have a real crowd there. It's and the track's just ugh, not a fan.
Yeah.
With that being said, though, we shall persevere on and make our picks.
Yes.
Shall we start? Let's start with IndyCar.
Yeah.
Are we just picking the winner?
Winner and dark horse.
Dark horse.
Yeah.
Okay. Boy.
Um, I'm gonna go Herta. Uh,
You and her.
yeah, yeah, 2 weeks in a row.
Okay.
I'll go Herta. I know he didn't. He had some misfortune in that last
Yeah,
race, but
that's all
um,
right.
I then again, I am I really gonna discount Pillow again? Like that's
Are you discounting both Palou and Dixon?
well that was the other thing. I mean, I wanted to go Dixon, but I just want to pick a team other
Right.
than Ganassi because I think Dixon
Yeah.
could do well here.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
had he not had that radio issue, then
Yeah.
he would have won the race.
Right.
I'm only saying Herta to win because the track looked pretty bumpy compared to a street course.
Gotcha.
So that's the only reason why. But I also know that that's probably not the best judgment to go on because I can just look up the results from last year, and that probably should be a
Right.
better indication of who was actually fastest. And it wasn't Pato the quickest there.
Yeah.
So hopefully they'll be able to put it together.
Yep.
But that's kind of tough to say because they've been having a rough time lately. So, uh, oh no, Pillow dominated the last couple of races. All right. So Herta, and then I'll I'll go with Rosenquist as my dark horse.
Those voices like that. Okay. I'm gonna go Scotty Mac.
All right.
And for my dark horse, I'm gonna go Rossi.
Good pick as well.
Thank you.
Nate has gone Pillow, and his dark horse is VK.
Oh, I like that.
So
Okay. All right. We got some good. I think overall we got some good picks there.
yeah.
All right. Let's move on to China. And what does Nate say?
Nate goes for a Lando back-to-back win, Max back-to-back second, and he's gone for Leclerc in third.
Ooh, he's looking for a Ferrari bounce back.
Yeah. And then
Okay.
Sainz is his dark horse.
Signs is a dark horse.
Very good pick.
Very good pick there. All right.
Um,
You want me to go?
yeah, you can go.
I am going to go Piastri, Lando, Max.
Alrighty. A dark horse.
And my dark horse, I'm going to go Sainz as well.
All right. Same top two as you. I'll go Piastri, Lando for 1-2.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
I'm gonna go Leclerc for third. I think Ferrari does come back a little bit on this one, although again, I'm discounting Max for second week in a row, and he'll probably end up being up at the front somehow. And then I'll take the other Williams and go Albon.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, I mean,
All right. So we got some good picks here.
good picks, all pretty much the same idea.
Yeah, some different things. I think
So,
my expectation is Oscar's going to be hungry, so that's why I'm going
yeah,
with Oscar.
especially with the pace he was showing at Melbourne when he was catching Lando. It's very it's very enticing to see.
Yeah. All right. Well, hopefully, I also like to see Lewis bounce back. Unfortunately, he found out all about Ferrari and their strategy.
The highlight for me was Leclerc's radio.
Oh, we have a leak or something.
Yeah, is there a leak? There's water. Yes, water. We think it's water.
Yeah. Oh man, more. Oh, anyways.
Lewis's was just hard to listen to because he was like, "Don't repeat, don't repeat," and what do? Repeat.
Repeat. Yep.
Just remember, you got K1 available. Use K1.
Anyways. All right.
Oh wait, no, there was another one. It was like the car's not rotating. Have you tried steering?
No, they didn't say that, did they?
Yeah, they did. It's like our...
Jesus H. Oh, so freaking clown show. It really is. Boy.
On the plus side, Rocket Powered Mohawk is live.
What?
The Rocket Powered
Oh,
Mohawk.
no, he is alive.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Oh, I thought you meant he had a live show.
No. Oh, no.
And I was if I missed that, I'm going to... I did catch that, and
yeah.
I haven't laughed that hard in forever. And
Since he last put out a video.
Oh, God. It's just fantastic.
Good award show.
All right. And on that note,
good night.
Thank you guys for listening to the Red Bull podcast, hosted by Christian Abbott, Sean Abbott, and Nathan Lavin. It's produced by Christian Abbott, and music is by Alex Ward and Harrison Tate.